How the devil are you? So, a few weeks ago, I bought a Marantz CD6007 amplifier. Very happy with the amplifier. I'll put a link to that review up here. And now, I'm starting to get back into CDs, and I'm enjoying CDs, and I'm playing them through a Blu-ray player at the moment. But I wanted something, you know, a bit more aesthetic, I suppose, and something that matched my amp. So I've got the CD6007 Marantz. Now, this is an Amazon renewed, so I saved 70 quid. Result. But we'll soon see if it's a result when I get into the box. So let's get the box open and have a look at it. Okay, apart from you can see some of the packaging has been opened. That's not run properly. You can see someone's just wrapped that back in there. Could have done a better job, but you know, that's obviously been opened. It's been put back on with sellotape there. But in saying that, mind, it looks no scratches, no damage to it. The batteries are still in their packet. There's no scratches or damage to the front panel or the top. So it all looks like brand new, apart from where it's been repackaged. So obviously someone's opened it up, maybe didn't want it and sent it back. Maybe they got told off by their partner. You're not buying that, send it back. I don't know. You also get a CD-ROM, which is funny and weird, and the manual. So let's quickly go what's on it. So we've got eject, and then we got skip track forward, skip track backwards. You have the on-off button here, USB. And this is a disco input, so I'm assuming you press that. I haven't read the instructions, but I'm guessing, I'm sure it is. It's either disc, you press that, or if you press it again, it goes to the USB. You've got play, stop, pause here. Now, this is what I like about it, which is good. It's got a headphone socket, and it's got a dedicated headphone amp built in there. Obviously, I'll test it out later to see how good it is. And you've got the volume here. Now, I have to say that the volume button it's a little bit teeny. It's a little bit, just a tad. Like, you've got to really grip it to turn it. Look, it doesn't mean, it's not a massive deal, is it? I don't think, but I don't know. Just, I think it would have been better if it's just a little bit chunkier. But it's good that it got a dedicated headphone socket. I mean, I've got a headphone socket on my amp, so it doesn't really matter. But I will be checking what this headphone socket sounds like compared to my amp. Not a great deal on the back. You get your left and right audio out RCAs, coaxial, optical, and if you want to connect an amp to here or this to an amp, so you can use just one remote. So you'll have internal and external switching over there. So I'm assuming if it's external, if you've got an amp and you connect it to that, you switch to external. One thing I will say, this remote is identical to the amp I've got, the PM6007. So I'm hoping that it'll work without having to plug a lead in. It'll just work directly with the remote I've already got, and I'll just put this in storage as a spare remote. I've just got it set up like this for the moment. I know it's not ideal. The amp should really be on the top to give the amp breathing space, but I've just set it up like this because I have a few more things I want to do with it before I put it into my hi-fi cabinet thing. Okay, right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the headphone socket. Now, I'm assuming it's the same headphone amp in here as in here. I couldn't really tell much of a difference when the bass and treble was set in, you know, in the middle, neutral, on my amp. You couldn't tell the difference between this headphone socket and that headphone socket. But the only advantage you have with using the headphone socket in the amp is you can use the bass and treble. And it does go louder, obviously. It doesn't go super loud, but it's more than loud enough to enjoy the music. You don't really need it much louder, but it won't go as loud as the amp. I've got it connected up via coaxial and RCA. Now, I switched back and forth coaxial and RCA, and I really couldn't notice that much of a difference. I have to say it was minimal if better. I think the coaxial was just slightly better, but honestly it could have been a placebo effect. These two devices have the same DAC, so it doesn't really make much difference which one you use if you got this amp. They both got a great DAC and they both use the same one. So between the RCA and the coaxial and the digital, I couldn't really tell much of a difference. But if I had to choose one, I'd say the coaxial was just slightly better. And if you're looking for that, just a tiny bit better sound, if you're one of these people who really want to chase the detail, then maybe coaxial is probably better for you. However, there's a caveat to that, and I'll come to that now. So I put in the USB, changed over the mode. I've got it on USB setting at the moment, and it'll play pretty much most files, WAV, MP3s, but it also plays FLAC and it plays DSD. So DSD is going to be the highest sort of, you know, it's the biggest file it's going to be able to play. However, you can't play it through coaxial. You can play the MP3s through coaxial, but whatever device is in here decoding the DSD only goes through the RCA. So it was only the RCA, when I had it on CD through the RCAs, I had some Pink Floyd on DSD on this USB, and it only played through CD, through the RCA cables. So that's something to be aware of. You won't get it through coaxial, but it still sounded great. The thing is built like a tank. It's pretty weighty, as with the amp, and it goes really nice with the amp. Fits really well. It looks going to look good in my system. All the movement is really nice and smooth and easy. It's not noisy. It's not a super fast at reading it. There you can see. What's that? About 5 seconds it took to read the disc. You know, it's not super fast, but it's fast enough. Come on, don't be impatient. Now, I was playing my CDs on a Sony UBP X700, but that doesn't have its own DAC, so it was using the DAC in the amplifier. So this CD player costs around about, I think it's $399 full price, and if you buy the Sony Blu-ray 4K Blu-ray player, you can pick that up now for just under £200, I think. So I am going to do another video, which I'll probably link somewhere in this video when I do it, comparing this against the Blu-ray player to see if a dedicated CD player will play CDs better than a 4K Blu-ray player, because the Sony has been rated quite highly as a good player. So I will be doing a video on that shortly and doing the comparison, and that's why I've got these set up here. So I'll do that next video in a bit. But so far, I've been really impressed with the player. I've only played it through headphones. I got some decent Sony headphones. You know, they're high-end-ish, okay? And it's very punchy, very clear, very detailed. I haven't played it through my speakers yet. I will be doing that, but it's getting on for about 10 to 10 at night. I don't really want to start blasting it out. My kids are in bed, so I don't want to do that. But so far, I've been really impressed with how good it sounds through the headphones. Fantastic, really, really good. Anyway, so that's the end of the video. I really like it. I like it. You know, even if it sounds the same as the Blu-ray player when I do that test in my next video, the aesthetics are just so much better. Just looks nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. Didn't like it? Don't like it. Don't care. Subscribe? Don't subscribe. Up to you. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. Whee! I almost forgot. So, the remote that comes with the amp and the remote that comes with the CD player are identical, and my amp remote does work the CD player, no problem at all. I had no issues. You don't have to connect it wirely, it's all wireless and just works to both. So that was a bonus, I really like that. Anyway, that is the final say now. See you in the next one.